Julie Stokes is persistent. Julie Stokes is there for the long haul. She knows how long things take, and she's loyal, and she doesn't give up. She knows what to do, how to do it.
She speaks Joe Dalton. She's not afraid to make the difficult, hard truths known to groups, but she's also respectful and is easy in conversation, and when Julie speaks, people listen.
Her mark is all over this city, and I think it can be from the Clinton row house that she helped to save, to Drink Hall, which is now the Visitor Center, to the post office, remaining a post office, to the building that we're standing in today, Universal Preservation Hall. One of the first things she did as an executive director in April of 1977, when our organization had just been established, was the city was going to condemn this building and was looking at demolition because of the condition of the East Tower.
Julie brings to the table an energy that is unmatched by many. She is the motivating factor in keeping people to timelines, to deadlines, but not only that, but she's a visionary. She can look at a project, she can look at a potential and say, this is what can be done here to make this area better. And she will guide you every step of the way. Even when you're not ready to be guided, she's still pushing you to get over the finish line.
And the first time I met her, she was appearing before the City Council. This was over 40 years ago, and she was advocating to the City Council that they not condemn what is now Universal Preservation Hall. So she's been working at things for a long time. She served on the zoning board. She was one of the co-founders of Saratoga Plan. She's been working, she broadened her scope from Saratoga Springs, where she lived, and Greenfield, into areas in the eastern and the western parts of the county.
Not only has Julie been a great advocate for the trail and the trailhead and the economic development within the village, she has had the vision and the guidance and direction to help address the issue with the canal. You know, we've had some hardships with the canal. We need to work with the state and local and federal governments to get some work done on the canal, and Julie has not let me slip one bit when it comes to handling this project. Not only has she been the liaison sometimes between me, DEC, and EPA, she has been at the table every step of the way to make sure that she's advocating for the right things to get this canal cleaned up.
One of the examples of what Julie has done is here on this Dix Bridge, and that's why I wanted to be here today to share a tribute with her, because the Dix Bridge represents a place that connects Washington County with Saratoga County. It is a decommissioned vehicular bridge that is now available as a trail because of Julie and other people like her who kept that in mind, kept it together while they were thinking about the Champlain Canalway Trail.
Julie is a real visionary. And if there's an organization that has a mission, that has a plan in it, Julie's all in and interested in working on those projects. She is someone who has an enormous amount of patience, because the projects she's working on don't take a few months or a year. They sometimes have taken over a decade. And she is someone who, when she takes on a commitment, does what she says she will do. She makes things happen.
Julie and the foundation undertook the first major restoration of the Spirit of Life and Spencer Trask Memorial in Congress Park in the early 1980s, and that was really a significant project, and I think it helped to bring attention to the significance of Daniel Chester French's sculpture, Spirit of Life, and that memorial, and honestly made my job easier when we went to do a restoration again in 2015.
We have watched her leadership and watched her in action literally transform buildings and neighborhoods and communities from doing so much hard work and talking with people, transforming conversations with elected state officials and county leaders and not-for-profit heads and not-for-profit boards. And through all that transformation, she has made things happen.
changing the tide of what historic preservation could mean for our community, helping to change the dialogue, that people could see value and worth in preserving our historic buildings, and that it would be an important piece of the revitalization of downtown, and working with the Saratoga Plan for Action and the city Mayor Ray Watkins to establish a facade grant program that the foundation would oversee. And that benefited 25 buildings in downtown Saratoga Springs. And without Julie's leadership in that, I think it's safe to say that I don't know if Broadway would be the destination that it is today if it weren't for the restoration of the facades that took place under that program.
You know that once Julie's in your court, she's always in your court. She's always been there for Saratoga Plan. She's always been there for me personally. So Saratoga County is very fortunate to have Julie in their court.